Hey everybody, Brian here. In this video I want to show you this car here. This is a really nice Honda HRV. It's a 1.5 and it's a VTEC and it's a manual gearbox. This is a really nice one because it has some pretty unique upgrades on it. So in terms of the inside of the car and the outside of the car, it's pretty much not like any of the other ones that are around. Anyway, in this video I want to show you some of the stuff that's unique on the car. We'll go for driving the car, and by the end of the video then you'll be familiar about what's in the car, or just generally what these cars are all about. This car, we actually know it really well. We actually sold the car brand new and we have a full service history for the vehicle from the time it was first registered. I think what we'll do is we'll start off by going for a bit of a drive in the car. There's something I kind of want to get across about this particular example compared to a lot of other ones that are in the market right now.
The first impression on a car like this, well, it's high, so you have a nice vantage point. And again, like we were saying, it's not a big SUV, it's not big and awkward, nice small footprint, but you feel high off the ground, so it's nimble and easy for parking and that kind of stuff. But you know, you have a nice kind of nice level of visibility around you. But the gearbox, for me, the engine and gearbox in this car, yes, it is an older style almost. So a lot of the modern cars, they're turbocharged, and obviously automatic gearboxes are much more common. But I love changing gears, I really do. So I think somebody that's going to buy this car, you know, like this on a back road, I suppose, you enjoy cornering, you enjoy the steering feedback, you enjoy the process of putting your foot in the clutch and changing gears. Like, even when you drive it on like this, it is kind of exciting. And like, I know you won't do it the whole time, but it's just every now and then you might get into the car and, you know, maybe you had cars years ago that, you know, they're interesting to drive, and that's what I find with this. It's kind of an older style sort of vehicle in terms of how the gearbox and the engine works, and that might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually not. It's really rewarding and enjoyable to drive. But also, when you get to a point where you get into a town or cruising on a motorway, when you're looking around the cabin, like, it's a nice place to be. It cruises nicely as well. But because it's manual, you can engage with the car and enjoy the driving experience much more than what you would get in some like the imported automatic Japanese cars.
This car, so it drives really good. And like I was saying to you though, this is probably more for somebody that really kind of enjoys the process of driving, more so than maybe, and automatics are really nice. But I get it, like this, for me, I prefer a manual car, and I enjoy the process of just changing gears, clutch, all that kind of stuff. It gives me satisfaction when I do it. Anyway, so the other thing about this car, I think somebody's going to buy it, they're going to like it because it's got some stuff that you won't see normally on them. So in 2018 into 19 they had a facelift. This facelift then had a big chrome section along the front, and it's nice on certain colours, but I actually prefer on this one, it's black all the way along here, so the whole grille is black, which is quite nice. And then after that they have these really nice, which come standard on them to be fair, big LED daytime running lights down through there. It is an ES, which means it gets front fog lights, but you can see the black along here, and then you got more matte black finish along through here. So this whole section from the factory is a gloss black finish, and then this is an added extra as a gloss black grille, and then the bottom section is matte to match what's in the around here, around the fog lights. The wheels, they're a 17-inch wheel, which is good for the reason being they're not difficult when it comes to, you know, tire changes and all that kind of stuff, maintenance I suppose, but they are a nice gloss black finish to match the gloss black that's up there. There's also a set of OEM side bars, which are side running bars, so they look quite nice, not to be mistaken with, sometimes people think that they're functional and you can stand on them, but like genuinely, it's not that they won't take your weight, it's just it actually doesn't provide any real use, because when you're going to get into a car, that's where you get in through the car, so it's not really a lot different. So they're just completely for style. But I think when you're kind of looking at a car, if you look at it from this kind of an angle here or up front as well, just this small little section along here just makes it look a little bit wider, which in my opinion then is a lot nicer. The taillights on the car, they're an LED sort of finish, so there's little individual LEDs in through there. The bumper, so if you remember on the front of the car we had gloss black up high and then we had matte black down low. So similarly, those side rails, like the front bumper, it's matte black at the bottom, this is matte black along here, matte black along here, but this section along here then is actually gloss black, which again matches the gloss black that we saw in the middle of the grille on the front. And then after that there's nice privacy glass on the rear of the car, and then there's no chrome around here or anything like that, so it's just a black surround. So overall, if you look at this, from what I know, and again I stand to be corrected on this, but I don't know of another HRV in the country at the moment that's got that nice blacked out finish all the way around. So I think it looks really cool. It's much more aggressive looking, changes the whole look of the car overall. The inside of the car is really nice too. The reason I say that is it's got this beige leather interior, which is not standard on the HRV.
A couple of things I'm going to show you in the seats in a sec, which is really neat in terms of how they work, but this is more just about how it looks for a sec. So full beige leather, and what's also on those then is heated seats with 2 stages, green or red depending on how warm you want it, for the front passengers there. Just from a practicality point of view, I'm going to look at the boot first, okay? So the boot's quite big. In HRVs, they had a good or bad thing, depending how you look at it. They've got this massive storage area down here because they don't have a spare wheel. But most Hondas are the same as a Honda Civic of the same year as well. Light up through here, so that's useful at night time, obviously. Massive amount of storage underneath. But even leaving that out, that boot is quite big. I would liken it to something like, not far off, something like Nissan Qashqai. Again, remember, this is the smaller end of the SUV market, and this is for somebody that doesn't want something quite as big as something like a CRV or a Tucson. But if you compare this boot to something like Hyundai Kona is a great car, but the boot in this is just, they are leagues apart. This is way bigger. And then there's great versatility in these. So if you take out the tonneau cover that goes across there, and then you drop the back seats, they go nice and flat. So you end up with this really gigantic load area in the back. But what's even cooler on these rear seats, they actually have a reclining function, so I can let it back a little bit. Oh, it looks like a small amount, but when you're sitting in the back of a car, sorry, noisy bus going past, that actually makes a really nice difference if you're on a long journey. The legroom in the back of these is really excellent. Again, not trying to harp on about Kona. Kona's, again, that smaller end of the SUV market. This HRV, when it comes to legroom in the back, these are excellent for the weirdest of reasons, because it's based on a Honda Jazz, and you would think, right, that isn't actually a good thing. The Jazz is massive when it comes to legroom. These in the back, these are excellent when it comes to legroom. If you sit in something like a Hyundai Tucson, this feels like I actually have more legroom in the back, whatever way they've ergonomically laid out or placed the seats. Nice things up here, there is some LED lighting in the roof. The car, to be fair, is super excellent condition in the rear. So the seats are really perfect condition, the floor, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, what's really cool in these, as I was saying, they've got these magic seats, so I can lift that up. And you can do it one-handed, and you can end up with this tall mode, and you can do that on both sides if you have something awkward, or then, as you can see the way we did it already, they recline or they drop all the way down. There is a drinks holder in there. There's a 12-volt power outlet. Apologies, it's starting to get dark in through there. There is a kangaroo pockets either sides for storage. There is little silver accents all the way around here. And again, same along here, same around the speaker. Electrics for windows, which are child lockable, obviously, for the windows and for the doors. And then up front, oh yeah, sorry, one other thing as well. These normally have a chrome door handle, but this one's black. So again, just fits in with the theme of black that we've seen all the way around the car already. While we're at it, actually, if I leave the lights on this car, the key has a pretty cool function, which if you're familiar with Hondas already, then you'll know this, but if you're not familiar with some of these newer Hondas, what you can do is from the key, obviously you lock the car, that's fine, but when you unlock the car, if it's dark outside, or if you've left the lights on or anything like that and you want them to come on, then using the key, the lights will come back on once you unlock the car. And the other cool thing as well is you can also use the key to control the windows. So if I open the car, windows will come down. If I lock the car, windows will go up from the key, and then the wing mirrors will also retract as well, which is pretty nice. The front of the car then, same kind of treatment with silver on the doors and this kind of black leather material along here with a really nice beige. Beige is savage. I just never see a car that beige doesn't look well in. Those headrests, anti-whiplash, so you can have them at different settings so your head doesn't go too far backwards if someone hits you from behind. Height adjustable seat, rake reach steering, so it goes up and down and in and out as well. Sitting inside the car then, over through here, right, we saw electrics for windows, mirrors, fine. Down here, eco, if you want to press that button, see the white surround, that'll change to green when you're driving economically or not. It also regulates how aggressive the cruise control is, and also the throttle response down through here. Parking sensors, front and rear. There is a reverse camera to go with those parking sensors as well, and even things like when you go for reverse, see the way that wing mirror over there dips down as well, so you can have a better idea if you're reversing around a corner. Wipers are automatic, lights are automatic, so in other words the lights come on at night time fine, and when you meet traffic they also dip and they go back into, wow, that was good camera work, they go back into full when you're in an unlit area. Bluetooth down through here, this is basically the trip information, average speed, fuel efficiency, how much fuel you've left if you've got a flat tire, and in through there it's pretty cool because it tells you the current speed zone. However, what's cool about that is you can have a speed limiter, so you got cruise control, fine, but you can have a speed limiter which you can set. So that means then when you come into a speed zone, it actually respects that speed zone, which is really cool. Might save you going into a zone which you hadn't copped onto being slower than the previous zone that you're in. Different temperatures on each side of the car, that's fine. Really nice gear knob where it is, nice to use. You know, old mechanical style straightforward gearbox, that's what I love about it. Drinks holders in through here, storage in through here, that armrest moves backwards and forwards, and then down through here, a little bit annoying, I will admit, you have a USB, HDMI, another USB. What I mean by annoying is just where it is, it's kind of, but like that's nearly every Honda for the last few years. They never put them in a very accessible area, I will admit. The other thing then is, like what we saw already, LED lighting up in the roof as well. Anyway, if you're somebody that's looking for a really nice, unique HRV, something that's different than all the other HRVs that are available at the moment, and if you're like me and you like driving and you like the feel of a manual gearbox, then this is definitely something that's worth considering. It's not like any of the other ones around, and it's a really nice tidy example with a full service history and low mileage as well. We're a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. So if there's any information you want on this car, 086843 1945, call, text, WhatsApp. If you want information about scrapping a car, trading a car, financing the car, just about the car itself, give me a shout. Brian's my name. This is Patrick's Garage, Kildare Town. Hopefully the video's been useful. Hopefully the car's of interest. Thank you for watching.